This week's episode of Bariatric TV is sponsored by Bariatric Advantage, the most complete line of micronutrient replacements specifically designed for the weight loss surgery patient. Help support the show by ordering your Bariatric Advantage products directly from the BTV e-store.
Hi, I'm Tony.
And I'm Linda. Wow, we're at week 43. Are you guys getting tired of us yet?
What's up for this week? A FOW, of course.
More reconstructive surgery 411.
Carb addiction.
And another lovely Linda. Well, that sounds kind of conceited. Lovely Linda. Let's get things rolling with this week's Freak of the Week.
This week's FOW is Kate. She had her surgery on February 12th, 2009, and she writes, I'm a freak because I refuse to be held back in life, and I like to touch myself.
Yeah, you can't blame us for trying.
God, you guys are horrible.
All right, let's try this again since you like touching yourself so much. Coming to you in 3, 2.
And she writes, I'm a freak because I refuse to be held back in life, whether it's because of my age, lupus, or my weight. I think the most important thing in life is to live it to the fullest, whatever fate hands you. There's a lot of things we can't control in life, but our weight isn't one of them. Before my surgery, I made a lot of excuses, and I was one of the biggest gastric bypass naysayers you'd ever run across. Then it occurred to me what I was doing wasn't working, and if I wanted to be healthy, I'd have to try something different.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Kate. The struggle deciding to have surgery is something I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with. Now, let's head on over to the dumping ground.
Oh, what the hell is wrong with me
No, you cut the
today?
top of my head off.
I don't feel good.
Are you doing sit-ups,
Crunches.
leg lifts?
And they're just not working.
Maybe a tummy tuck is in your future.
A tummy tuck is a major surgical procedure that tightens abdominal muscles and gets rid of that excess skin and fat.
The ideal candidates for tummy tucks are patients in relatively good physical shape who have excess skin or fat in the abdominal area that's resistant to exercise.
All those sit-ups and crunches that you've been doing may have given you great abs, but they're hiding behind that persistent fat and skin. Something like a tummy tuck may bring out that hidden six-pack.
What's she got there?
I got beer. No, Tony, not that type of six-pack. So how is a tummy tuck done? A tummy tuck usually begins with a long incision across the abdomen from hip bone to hip bone. A second incision is made around the belly button to free it from the abdominal tissue.
The skin is separated from the abdominal wall up to the ribs, exposing the abdominal muscles. The muscles are then stitched into a new position, tightening the muscles and reducing the waistline. The excess skin is then stretched and removed. The remaining skin is then redraped over the abdominal area and sutured into place. The belly button is then brought out through the overlying skin in its new location.
This is a major surgical procedure. You can expect a considerable recovery time compared with other reconstructive surgeries. Most people require 1 to 3 weeks before returning to work in a normal schedule.
Your abdomen will be swollen and red for the first few days. Your surgeon can prescribe pain medication as needed. This typically entails narcotics for the first few days and then a non-narcotic pain reliever after that.
Exercise after surgery is a good idea, but only after enough healing time has passed. Your surgeon will let you know.
As for scarring, the abdominal scars will appear to worsen during the first 3 to 6 months. They may take 9 months before they flatten and lighten in color. The scars never disappear completely, but clothing can hide them easily.
People who have had a tummy tuck should maintain their result. Even if you gain and lose a significant amount of weight, you will rarely need a second tummy tuck.
Whew, that was a lot of information. But if you still want more info on the tummy tuck or other reconstructive procedures, point your browser to yourplasticsurgeryguide.com. They have tons of information there that can really alter your reality. Been a little snacky lately?
Find yourself snacking on things that you shouldn't, like chips.
Your snell?
Find yourself snacking on things that you shouldn't, like chips, crackers, and bread.
Oh, my tasty Tostitos. You and me have a date with deliciousness.
Looks like that carb addiction monster is rearing its ugly head.
Did you know as many as 75% of those who are overweight and many normal-weighted individuals as well are carbohydrate addicted? This addiction is caused by an over-release of the hormone insulin after carbohydrate-rich foods are eaten.
Among its many jobs, insulin signals the body to take in food. Because of this, it's been called the hunger hormone. Once the food is consumed, insulin signals the body to store the food energy in the form of fat. All this insulin can create a strong impulse to overeat and a body that's really good at storing food as fat.
Here's a little edumacation for you. There are two major types of carbohydrates in foods, simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are also called simple sugars. They're found in refined products like the white sugar you find in a sugar bowl. If you have a lollipop, you're eating a simple carbohydrate. Lollipop.
You'll also find simple sugars in more nutritious foods, such as fruit and milk and chidibé.
Chidibé?
Chidibé.
We have chidibé for dinner.
I'd like some chidibé. You'll also find simple sugars in more nutritious foods, such as fruit and milk. These foods are better options for obtaining simple carbohydrates because they contain important nutrients like calcium, vitamins.
You are almost there.
These foods are better options for obtaining simple carbohydrates because they contain important nutrients like calcium, vitamins, and fiber, things not found in a lollipop.
How about an oatmeal covered lollipop? That has some fiber.
No. However, that oatmeal is a complex carbohydrate. These carbs are also called starches. They include grain products such as bread, crackers, pasta, and rice. As with simple carbohydrates, some complex carbohydrates are better choices than others.
Refined grains, such as white flour and white rice, have been processed, which remove nutrients and fiber.
But unrefined grains still contain these vitamins and minerals. They're also rich in fiber, which helps your digestive system and helps you feel full, so you are less likely to overeat. This explains why a bowl of oatmeal fills you up better than an oatmeal-covered lollipop, with the same amount of calories.
The point to all of this is that post-surgery, you'll want to limit your intake of simple carbohydrates. Things to avoid are soda, candy, artificial syrups, sugar, white rice, white bread, and white pasta, potatoes, which are technically a complex carb but act like a simple carb in the body, pastries and desserts, crackers and chips. And oh yes, oatmeal-covered lollipops.
So why are we giving you all this information? Experience has shown that it's really easy to get re-addicted or cross-addicted to carbs after surgery. I think part of this is because they're easier to eat than most proteins.
I found that several times I have fallen off the wagon and started to gain weight. To solve this problem, I did the same thing I did when I decided to quit smoking. I quit the carbs cold turkey and went on a carb detox. Hey!
I found that once I go cold turkey on the carbs, it takes about 3 days to start craving them less. Then my weight starts either stabilizing or starts going down.
The simplest way to carb detox is to eat what you ate early on after surgery. Soups, protein drinks, etc. Avoid simple and complex carbs. It's very similar to the 5-day pouch test. It will also help to keep a journal on how you feel. You should notice an increase in energy and a decrease in those snacky cravings.
Unfortunately, unlike smoking, you still have to eat, and you'll need both simple and complex carbs. Just be aware and be honest with yourself. If you find you're becoming addicted to those carbs again, do something about it.
If you're carb addicted, don't freak out. Just do something about it. And then freak on.
So last week we did a segment on food porn. Now, if you really want to see some food porn, man, do we have a site for you.
Many of our forum members have mentioned this site, so we thought it was best to bring it to your attention.
You so need to head on over to eatingwelllivingthin.wordpress.com. This site is run by Linda Farnsworth, who's the food director at bariatriceating.com. She's also the queen of the 35-second chocolate cake and the purveyor of the double-layer pumpkin pie. Face it, people, this woman is giving us some of the best bariatric recipes out there. Simple, easy, and delicious.